Seasonic sponsored this video, and we're looking at the follow-up to the Seasonic Connect, something that we already checked out over on the Linus Tech Tips channel. The idea for the Syncro Connect, so this is the DPC 850, it's an 850 watt power supply. The idea is basically the same. So you've got your conventional looking power supply here, little something like that. Oh, okay. Why is this so tight? Instead of having all of the cables and connectors coming off of it like this, you've just got one. So to my knowledge, this only carries 12 volt power. Then you've actually got a secondary unit. And in this case, it looks like the secondary unit has actually gotten considerably bigger. So the power supply connection comes in here, right there. And then off of it, you've got dual 8 pins for your CPU. You've got, oh, interesting, fan connector. Is that an RGB header? Very interesting. A few SATA and Molex connectors, a sync connector, and then more fans, more RGB. Whoa, a lot more fans and a lot more RGB, and then SATA and Molex. Well, wait, what about your graphics card? How are you supposed to connect your graphics card, Seasonic? They overlooked that? Oh, there they are. GPU's here and the 24-pin cable is here. So the idea here is to address one of the main complaints that I brought up with the last generation product, and that was that, like, okay, this is really cool, but what case does it go in? Along with the Syncro Connect, Seasonic is launching the Q7 Series Syncro case. It's an aluminum steel tempered glass case that includes Nidec fans and apparently looks good, so they say, but I haven't actually seen any evidence of it yet because I have not yet opened this box. So let's go ahead and crack it open. Oh boy. Got the accessory box for starters, user manual, gloves. Ooh. Hopefully they're Asian size. They are. My tiny hands won't be a disadvantage today, ladies and gentlemen. Got all the screws in a helpfully segmented little box here, but then they don't actually like divide them up. That would be a nice touch for next time, Seasonic. Fantex does it. Little cleaning cloth. User manual, we probably won't need that. I mean, how different could it be? Ow. It's pretty heavy, especially for an aluminum case. Oh shoot. Very solid packaging, really like to see that. This is a really firm, thick foam, but not rigid. That is A+ foam right there. Love it. All right. Now let's unveil it. Here we go. Well, you guys got the butt end there. Interesting. They've gone with an inverted ATX layout, brushed aluminum front panel. The rest of the case is steel. That explains why it felt heavy for an aluminum case. So what am I looking at here? Is that an integrated Syncro thing? It kind of looks like it. Like, it looks like that's right there. So wait, these ventilation holes along the outside here are presumably so that this thing can do the 12 volt to 5 volt and 3.3 volt conversion in here instead of in the power supply itself. Actually, I can check that really easily. Yes, that is correct. And then it actually needs some ventilation. So I guess that's why this is open. And then it's got these honeycombs on the back here too. What do you think of the front?
Very black.
Very black. Nicole, everyone. This is her first time shooting a short circuit with me. I think she didn't realize I was going to ask her opinion. Now, a lot of the time with a solid front panel, you might be concerned that you're not gonna get any airflow in there, but actually, if you look over here, this side is open and they've got a solid well, probably just about an inch of space. So like 2 centimeters and change in here. I don't expect it to be a concern. Is that a removable filter? Oi! There it is. Haha, I didn't have to pull the front off at all. Is that magnetic? It is, look at that. Cool. All right, I guess I could put that back on now. Or no, we could just have a look here. So three included 120 millimeter fans in the front. Looks like you could mount 3 140 mils if you really wanted to. And all the front IO is done top IO style. So you've got 2 Type A's, a Type C, and your audio ports as well as your power and reset switches. Looks like this is another removable filter. Whoop. Yep, also magnetic. Very nice. 7 PCI slots, bottom mounted power supply, and another 120/140 millimeter mount that's pre-populated with a 120 millimeter fan. Interestingly, Seasonic includes an RGB connection for every one of the fans, so all 6 of them, but it appears that the Syncro case doesn't ship with RGB fans. Transportation lock, remove first. Oh, interesting. So you unscrew this piece and then you can decide if you want it to just swing open all the time for easy access, or if you want to put this on to lock it. If I can put this front panel back on. Don't actually recommend removing that. Okay, it just pops off like that. It's got a little rubber thing on the inside so it doesn't scratch your glass. And now I would expect this to just swing open. Kind of hard to get in there. Oh, unless it, there we go. It's attached to this front piece. Okay, so it pops off the hinge, that's pretty normal. You know, opening this up, it's kind of crazy how little the interior layout of a case actually matters anymore these days. Because it used to be that you had to really, you know, examine like, oh, how thoughtfully are the drive cages laid out and how's all the cable management gonna work? There's like almost no cables in a case anymore. You just have to wire up your fans. Usually on a brand new machine, you're running an NVMe drive, so you just gotta run power to your motherboard and GPU. So let's pull whatever this placeholder is in here out, and let's throw in the Syncro. Oh. Looks like we've got a bottom filter as well. Nice that that pulls out from the front instead of from the back, so you don't have to pull your computer away from the wall in order to clean it. Actually, all the filters, really easily accessible in this thing. Really like that. Only 2 3.5-inch hard drive mounts, but there's another 3 2.5-inch drive mounts on the back, so that should cover the vast majority of people. There's a bay for another 2 hard drives down here, although given that Seasonic has a very, very short history of making cases, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a guarantee that you're gonna see the kind of long-term support and spare parts availability that you would from a more established case maker. So I wouldn't count on that. I'd say it's got 2 3.5-inch drive mounts. All right, I'm losing the gloves. I don't have enough grip on the shaft here. Always make sure you've got proper shaft grip, critical. Front panel connectors, okay. And how does this attach? Oh, I see. It screws in from the back. So I actually did not need to do that at all, what I just did. I gotta remove these screws at the back instead. I forget, Nicole, are you a PC or a Mac?
I'm a PC.
You're a PC? They got magnets everywhere on this thing. This is like totally unnecessary. Oh, that's kind of cool. If you don't have a Syncro power supply, this like placeholder thing that takes the spot of it, you can actually, it's got magnets on it, so you can just kind of chuck it on there and without screwing it in, and it'll just cover up your cables. So that's why it has these paths in the sides so that you can run things through it. Okay, all right, that's pretty neat. So all the connectors that you need for your graphics cards and for your motherboard here are just right there, kind of built into the panel. That's kind of nice. To make cable management a bit easier, Seasonic includes a triple PWM adapter for the front 3 fans. So you just plug all 3 of those into one spot, plug the rear fan into another spot, and bippity boppity, you're off to the races. And then this is it. This is all the wiring that you do from the power supply to the Seasonic Connect. It's actually a similar concept to what Intel's doing with their ATX 12 volt only standard, except instead of running the 12 volt up to the motherboard and then having everything branch off of the motherboard, Seasonic is taking what looks like a more realistic approach and having everything branch off of this distribution piece and go to a more traditional connector on the motherboard and drives, et cetera, et cetera. That's tidy. Theoretically then, the included cables should be really short. Aha! Look, it's a little baby 24 pin. Are these fans RGB and they just really don't look like it? Why is there so much RGB thought put into this? And no included RGB. Yeah, these look like fan extensions, but to what? I'm checking the manual. Nope. No explanation provided for the fan and RGB extension majigs. Oh, wow. So they've even gotten as specific as this is a triple SATA connector. You plug it in here and you run it to these 3 drives. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And the whole thing just tucks right there. Most motherboards consistently have the 8-pin connectors here. So that's where these go. They've even got little cable management loops right there and there. So we'll just go in like that. Flipping around to the other side, there's no way to do it wrong because it says connect module here and then motherboard here. Boop. That just goes in there like that. Then we got a couple of these little short baby 6+2 pins. Got it. 2 of these are longer and 2 of them are shorter. So if you've got GPUs in different slots or GPUs that are different lengths or heights or whatever else, you're definitely going to be able to plug in at least 2 of them no matter where you're trying to stretch it to. Now, I'm not saying that a configuration like this could never run into issues. For example, if you were to use an Intel cryo cooler, you would need a 6-pin that goes over to your CPU socket. And actually, no, that would reach. Okay, it's looking pretty good actually. One thing I would like to see Seasonic do actually is include like a reservoir mount or something like that. Give some thought to reservoir and pump mounting. There's obvious spots for it. You've got a nice plain panel right here that you could just drill pump mounting holes into. And same for the res right here, but if they pre-drilled some of those holes, well, then they'd give up some of the clean aesthetic. Okay, I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if you'd like Seasonic to give some thought to pre-mounted water cooling components, but other than that, this is like surprisingly thoughtful for a first attempt. Is this Seasonic's first case? Got another 120mm mount down here if you want to get some more airflow going to the basement and the power supply area. I don't think it's really, strictly speaking, necessary, especially because our power supply is drawing fresh air in from the bottom, but man, this is kind of looking like the way to have completely clean cable management. Not bad, Seasonic, not bad. I'm shocked that you guys had the stones to go out and develop a case to go with this concept. But overall, I think it works way better now that you have it, instead of just trying to create something that like should fit in third-party cases. Let me know what you guys think in the video. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Seasonic for sponsoring this video. We're probably gonna do a follow-up where we do a full build in the case over on Linus Tech Tips, so make sure you're subscribed to both channels.